Let's see how I got this mower deck from this to this. Hey guys and gals, welcome to Garage Gear. I'm JB. One of the reasons I bought this Toro Super Recycler is because of this aluminum SR4 deck. Unlike steel, it won't rust through, but aluminum is not maintenance free. If grass and moisture sit underneath the deck long enough, the paint can lift like it did here, and the aluminum can start to oxidize. The good news, this deck is still in great shape structurally. I'm gonna clean this deck up, prep the damaged areas, repaint the bare spots, and show you how to make an older aluminum deck look a whole lot better without doing a full restoration. Now, the very first thing I did with this mower is I took it out to the end of the street and I pressure washed it. This way I got every little speck of dirt and grime off of the deck, so I have a clean slate to work with. Once I was done, I leaf blowed it to get a lot of the bulk of the water off, and then I stuck it out in the sun the following day to dry for about an hour. And to help this video get cleaned up with YouTube algorithm, would you mind hitting that like button? Thank you very much. Now, I already removed the plastic kickers off of the deck, and I'm gonna take a few other things off too. I'm gonna take this deck guard off. Good loud snap there. And off it comes. Let's get this ugly blade out of the way. That thing is pretty nasty. Now, this belt guide right here on the top is in great shape, but this belt guide down here is not. This one's coming off and getting repainted as well. 1/2-inch socket should do. Yep. And number 2. Belt guide's off. Now this cover should just pop up and off. Yep, take a look at that. Looking rustier than the Tin Man. Then we got this deck hose out port, which is basically just a huge nut on this spray jet. I'm gonna try to take this off. That's a 5/16 socket. Let's see what she can do. Oh, she's coming off. She's ugly as sin, oh my goodness. A little washer too. I should be able to just pull this guy out. Yep, there she is. I'm also gonna take off the side discharge flap because there's a little bit of corrosion up there. 3/8. Off comes our side discharge panel. Now take a look at that. That deck basically has nothing on it. Strip that baby down to the bare bones pretty much. Now I got some packing paper here, and I'm just gonna cover up that belt as best as I can. And that will pretty much do. A little painter's tape to hold it all together. Done. So this entire deck is now ready for the next step. All right, time to get dirty. Now my next big step is going to be removing any loose paint. I'm gonna use a wire brush on a drill and get up in there nice and quick. And I'm not trying to remove all the paint. I'm just trying to remove any loose paint, any white oxidation or flaking areas. And I'm gonna do my best to feather those edges into the good areas. And just like they tell you in health class, wear protection. All right, let's get going. Now this first area is looking really good. It got rid of any white oxidation. Compared to down here, this is really white. This is more of a silvery, shiny material. All that aluminum is now coming through. Okay, seriously, that did not take long at all. Probably 5 minutes. Now what I'm gonna do is take some sandpaper. I got 220, and then we're gonna step up to 400. Just give it a light buff. Okay, that was the 220. Now, 400. And that's the ball game with the rough stuff. Now I did also sand down the other parts that were showing some wear, and these will get a coat of paint as well. Now we're just gonna give everything a quick rinse and let it dry out here in the sun. And a quick leaf blow. This gal's now nice and dry, and I'm gonna take this one step further. I'm gonna take some isopropyl alcohol and wipe everything down. See, it's still pulling off some gunk. I love how fast this stuff dries too. And that is now clean. All right, let's get this mower in position. All right, let's repack this belt cover now. That will do. I'm also gonna pack down into this chute hole, just so nothing gets on the inside of that trunk flap. Now from here, it's time to prime.
Let's roll.
And we're only gonna prime areas that are bare metal. Now I'm using the Rust-Oleum automotive primer. This is a self-etching primer, and it's great for aluminum, metal, and more. This is also the only one that I could find at the store that specifically said it could bond to aluminum. Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake it all the time. Okay, let's hit it. Now I'm just applying a light coat, that's it. Just enough to get things to stick. And that's it. That's all we're doing. $8 for a can of that. And all I needed was that. Oh well. Now this is a self-etching primer, and that's gonna bite a lot better into the aluminum than a standard primer. And if you're only touching up a few spots and some scratches and much of the original paint remains, you can just spot prime any bare spots instead of spraying the entire deck. Now that was a very light coat in each spot, and think of it like putting light mayo on a Wegman sub. Just enough to cover it. That's all you need. Give it a little flavor. So now we're gonna let this dry for about 30 minutes and then we'll come back and be ready to paint. Now that all that priming is done and it's sat for the last 30 minutes or so, it's time to paint. And this is Rust-Oleum Stops Rust Gloss Protective Enamel, and I'm using gloss black. The deck itself originally has like a medium shine to it. Not super shiny, but not dull either. And I found that over the years that spraying anything with some kind of gloss creates a little bit of a better moisture barrier. Debris tends to fling off it a bit easier and not stick like it would with a matte finish. And check it out, this dial on the top is actually kind of cool. I can set it to 5 different spray patterns, which basically opens it up to a wider fan spray or a narrower fan spray. Pretty cool. Where have you been all my life? Now I'm gonna apply about several light coats here, and the first one is just gonna be a dusting. Let's get to work. Notice how I'm just applying this super light. Now, that looks pretty good. That was just a light coat. We're gonna let that sit for about 30 minutes. Now, here's a little trick to painting. Put your paint can before you're ready to spray in some warm water and just let it sit in there for about 10 minutes or so, and that'll soften up the paint inside and it sprays way better. Time for coat number 2. Now that was the second coat, and that looks far better already. I'm starting to see a little bit more shine around the outside, round the outside, round the outside. But you know what? Overall, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. Okay, another 30 minutes has gone by and we are just the slightest bit tacky, but I think we're good. We're gonna roll with it. Coat number 3, let's go. I think we're good. All right, this guy is gonna go out in the sun to dry. So now this deck has had several hours outside in the sun to harden up, cure, and to the touch, it is no longer tacky. So I think we're good. Let's get it back in the garage and start putting some parts back on it. All right, let's unwrap this gal. There we go. There we go, see? It paid off to put that in there. All this paint and even that primer would have been down inside on that trunk cover. So I'm glad I did that. And the first thing I'm gonna throw back on here is our side discharge panel. Screws go right back in place. There we go. Send that home. And number 2. We're back in business. Now check these out. These are the kickers that go up here on the deck. And I just shot them with 1 coat of red paint just to kind of spruce them up a little bit because they were almost looking pink from how worn out they were. So these look great now. It's restoring my love in Toro. Screw this one back on. Finding those holes is gonna be tricky. Oh my goodness. Screw them back in. Excellent. Look at that. Doesn't that pop? That looks amazing just with 1 kicker alone. Screw this guy back on. There's 1 screw. Tighten you down. There's 2. That looks a lot better. Now for this hole right here, I have the washout port and I also have the lock washer and nut that I'm gonna put on it. And I just took the same ones, I just painted them black, nothing fancy. Stick you back in. Get in there, pal. What's your deal? There's a small hole, oh my gosh. That's gotta be it. Okay, washer goes on, and the nut. I know it can go a little further in, we just gotta tighten it down. We'll just get a 15/16 socket on it. Good. That will do. Now we're gonna pop on our belt guide. And check this out. This is our belt cover, and you can see that rust that was there. You can kind of see the fine edges of it, but it turned out great. Both sides super shiny and clean. Can't beat that. Let's pop it on. You there? I think we're there. Yeah. Okay, we're lined up. Look at that. That looks so much better now. Nice and black all the way through. Perfect. Okay, let's send these bolts home. That's 1, 2, all locked in. And now I'm gonna take my deck guard, which I also repainted, brightened up that red a bit, and that's that Toro red, I love it. But why do they only have one? And not one on that side? Was this the start of Toro's cost-cutting measures? I don't know, but let's get it in there. I suppose we can move the wheel out of the way. Do the bottom, good, and the middle. She's good. Now there is one last piece to put on, and it's this blade accelerator, which I painted as well, which also turned out really nice, but the top of it is still kind of tacky, so I'm gonna give it the night to harden up, and we'll attack this in the morning. All right, it's the next day. Let's get a closer look here. So this is pretty cool. This right here was an area that was freshly painted, and this right here is the original surface. The original surface is a little rougher than the area that I painted. So I gotta wonder how grass will stick or bond to this. I don't think it will. It's a lot smoother. It's not even tacky anymore. Now up here, there's a little bit of some ridges going on from where the original paint is and the bare aluminum was. Other than that, it's still fairly smooth there. Not tacky, little shiny, but we'll take it. Down in this corner, kind of the same thing. Grass does tend to pack up in these corners anyways, but it's smoother here than it is here or here. Pretty cool. This panel looks a lot better. That's not tacky at all either. And then up in here, this area, looking great. This whole thing came out fantastic. Even without my touch-ups around the ring of the deck, this hard pressed on, baked on paint that they used, which is probably powder coated on, this is a lot smoother than the recent Toro Super Recycler deck that I previously owned back in 2023. That was actually kind of rough. This one is smoother here, and then it's even smoother here now in the areas that I painted. And for the cherry on top, we have our blade accelerator and a brand new blade. The other one was really rusty. It was time for a new one. This one is a stock blade, and I will put an even sharper edge on this when I put my other blades through the grinder, but let's get this baby on here. Look at that. That completes it. This thing looks brand new. I really wonder, will it even cut better than it did before? Now, I have a handful more projects to do with this mower, but if I were you and I were painting a deck, I would wait a minimum of 48 hours for that paint to fully cure before you go ahead and mow your lawn. I'm not planning to use this just yet. I got a few more things to do. So this is gonna have plenty of time to really harden up and bond to that deck. Now you may be thinking, should you paint the entire underside of the deck? Personally, no. I would only paint any bare aluminum, any chipped spots or corroded areas. I would try to leave the original factory coating as much as you can everywhere else. That's gonna be the toughest paint on the deck. Unless we were to take everything off and then powder coat the entire deck and go through all that work, that's gonna be the most durable layer. And it looks more professional. Now, some of you may be thinking, am I gonna clear coat this? No, I'm actually going to skip the clear coat here. Kind of a waste of money underneath a mower deck. Grass will beat it up really quickly, but I am gonna seal it with a protective coat. This here is Blaster silicone spray. No, this video is not sponsored, but this will help prevent grass from sticking and help it slide off a lot more easily. This will help reduce buildup. It won't last forever, but it's a nice finishing touch. Check that out. Actually, it adds a really nice shine to it too. We'll even hit the blade as well. Look at that. That didn't take much at all. Now, after about an hour, this will dry pretty flat, so you won't see as much of that shine, but it will still create a nice slick barrier on the deck. I think that this may be one of those very rare situations where the underside of the deck may actually look better than the top side. Now, some of you out there might be thinking, that coat's not going to hold up. Well, just so we're clear here, I'm not trying to make this deck look like it's fresh off the Toro assembly line. The goal here was to seal up any bare aluminum, stop any corrosion, and to simply make it look a whole lot better than it did. Let me know down below in the comments, how long do you think this paint job will hold up? Is it gone after the first mow, or will it last longer? Like I mentioned earlier, I have a few more things to do to this mower, so I'm not using it for a while, so that paint's got plenty more time to cure. I think this deck turned out better than I thought it would, and sanding down and repainting a lot of the other accessories around the deck will help to add to its longevity as well. I can't get over how much that Toro red really pops on that deck. And this whole process only took me about 2 hours of total work, but it was done over the course of a day because I'd spray a little bit, wait a half an hour, spray a little bit, wait a half an hour, and I just had to keep doing that on and off all day long. And it only cost me about 30 bucks or so in supplies for paint, primer, and sandpaper. And what really grinds my gears about this whole process was just waiting for things to dry. I had to find other things to do, and I really just wanted to get it done. So I had to play the waiting game. And if you want to see the fight that I had with this engine on this mower in this playlist called Making My Mower Not Suck, be sure to check out that video and others linked down below in the description. And if you want to be part of the tribe, subscribe. And for more cool garage gear content, clear tap the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.